जो ट्रेनिंग शेड्यूल है, एक तो जो इंडियन आर्मी में जो ट्रेनिंग शेड्यूल है दैट इज कॉमन फॉर एवरीवन. सो 31 weeks is standard for all regimental center across Indian Army. Out of this 31 weeks, 10 weeks of basic military training is standard. So उसका जो syllabus है और उसका जो course content है, वो सारा जो है that is standard. If you go to any place, you will find the same kind of structured training which is being given in the basic military training. Speaking in specific for the basic military training battalion, इसमें जो है हम लोगों का प्राइमरली जो फोकस है दैट इज ऑन द फिजिकल पार्ट ऑफ द अग्निवीर. वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग ए सोल्जर आउट ऑफ ए अग्निवीर. सो हमारा मेन मुद्दा ये है कि उसका फिजिकल स्टैंडर्ड जो है, जो हमारा टर्मिनल ऑब्जेक्टिव है, जो लेड डाउन ऑब्जेक्टिव है और जो बेसिक टेस्ट हैं जो कि लेड डाउन है, उसको उसके लिए तैयार करना ताकि 10 हफ्ते बाद उसकी फिजिकल कैपेसिटीज आर ऑफ दैट लेवल. सेकेंड थिंग इज हिज ड्रिल. His drill includes basically his discipline, his turnout, his bearing, so that when he walks out from here, he looks like a soldier and he is dressed like a soldier. He speaks like a soldier. That is the main second part. Third, which is the most important part, is the weapon training. The weapon training is primarily 30% of the training content of the 10 weeks, which primarily includes उसको हथियार के बारे में जानकारी देना, उसको तैयार करना, इस मुकाम पे पहुंचाना कि वो एक अपने पर्सनल वेपन को दैट इज 5.56 इंसास राइफल को एक टारगेट के ऊपर अच्छे तरीके से फायर कर सके. तो हमारा तीसरा फोकस जो है वेपन ट्रेनिंग है. एंड लास्ट इज पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट एंड हिज बेसिक स्किल्स, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. दैट इट हैज बीन डिवाइडेड इन सच ए मैनर दैट उसकी जो ग्रेजुअली जो है इसका जो एक स्टैंडर्ड रखा गया है. द क्लासेस आर based out in such a fashion that he is able to pick up and subsequently he is able to make his standard of in all these aspects in a gradual manner. He increases and each day is divided into 10 periods and 10 periods are mix and match, so he covers all aspects in a little bit fashion. And thereafter there are certain outdoor training activities, there are certain indoor training activities combined with certain training which carried on weeks and that is standard across the board. कोई भी अग्निवीर किसी भी रेजिमेंटल सेंटर में अगर अपनी बेसिक मिलिट्री ट्रेनिंग कर रहा है तो उसका जो कोर्स कंटेंट है दैट इज सेम अक्रॉस द बोर्ड. उसके बाद में डिपेंडिंग अपॉन वो कौन सी आर्म या कौन से कोर के अंदर जा रहा है, उसका जो एडवांस मिलिट्री ट्रेनिंग है दैट इज ऑफ 21 weeks. दैट इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन विच आर्म इज ही ज्वाइनिंग. If he joins the EME corps for in one EME center, he is trained on a particular equipment or a particular vehicle or a particular type of specialization, so that when he goes out from here after his 31 weeks of training, he is able to technically solve some equipment or carry out some repairs of some level which is expected from him. And obviously the bedrock is that he has to be first a soldier.
जब आप चुनते हैं आपका जो सिलेक्शन,
to frankly speak on this issue, it's been now second week running and almost 1-to-1 I think probably I would have interacted with 70 to 80% of them. Not even a single person which I have felt initially. Yes, it is natural that the young boys they are tend to feel homesick.
there's perhaps no time left for that to feel homesick either.
But as I already mentioned that we give them enough leeway because that is understandable. But now with after 1 week of training, I think they have got into this environment of training per se. Now they are themselves so much focused, and it is actually very satisfying because whatever we are teaching them in the morning classes, at times there are the questions which these people are asking, Agniveers are asking. We do have to actually think over it, and that kind of effort they themselves are putting. So that is a very positive kind of signal which we have got, and definitely we give them a homely environment. If you see other aspects, not only the training, the administrative aspects, the personal touch which instructor is having with his particular platoon. There is a dedicated instructor with every platoon of 30 boys. Over and above, there is another JCO who is looking after 2 to 3 platoons. For people who are coming from non-Hindi speaking background, especially for them, we have extra classes. There are instructors who are of that particular language who take extra initiative to teach them separately, because that gap has to be filled. Other than that, on Sundays, we make an endeavor and effort that we have something known as education branch in our army. So there is an extra class which is given to them in terms of people who are having some problem in communication. There are two concerns to this. First is that we generally, first is the cyber security violations. We are very particular about it. And it is not only that it is for the Agniveers, even in our normal course also, we don't allow smartphones. Because any army establishment, it is a cyber security violation. So that is the first aspect, because they should learn it not only during their training, when they go to the units also, the same thing implies there also. It's a thing of a basic military discipline. Second thing is that we have given them, like anybody who's having some issue, those numbers of the platoon NCOs, the JCOs, and even the unit officer appointments has been shared with the parents and any next of kin who are available, which they themselves have in the initial part only given that these are the people whom to be contacted. The numbers have been shared to them. Anybody calling, like we keep on receiving calls. Whenever people call, we have given enough freedom, they can speak, and people do speak. And second thing, which every Sunday, that excuse is there to speak to their parents. They can, as of now, there is no restriction to call up from their mobile phones. But subsequently, we are looking to have a mechanism where we have a series of telephone booth facilities or oblique analog phones where they can be able to actually speak more frequently. So that kind of thing, but in a gradual manner. And second thing is that mobile phones per se, it's a distraction, because their training content is 10 weeks. They have to undergo a lot of, they have to come up to that standard in a short duration of time. It also avoids your interaction. So it prevents, if they're sitting in lines, it is important that they talk to each other and they gel together and they come up as a team.
And there is a continuous evaluation over the period of 31 weeks.
It is evaluation process has already been designed. It is a laid out procedure which has been given from the Army headquarters. So every particular subject or there is a devised method of assessment. So every individual will have his performance assessment card. And in each test, there are different grades of scoring system, starting with super excellent category till fail. So if a person is failing, he gets 0. If a person is super excellent, he gets maximum marks. So there are different types of shades of grades there. So automatically his marks are being evaluated and put in the system, and his merit is being drawn centrally at the Army headquarters level. It is bound to happen, ma'am, but I think it is not only for them. Everywhere there's the best has to come up. But I think it is both ways. It is both ways. And something has been designed by the Government of India. So I think that ifs and buts have been taken care of. But this much I can assure that as far as we are concerned, the best of the training will be given and is being given. And the motivation level is far higher than what it was before. So rest is all merit drawn. So nothing more can be actually commented on this. But I think the best will come up and best will become soldiers.
Thank you, sir. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagaraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.